Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The feature attraction of the evening for the middleweight championship of the world, 15 rounds, here at the new and beautiful Centrum in Worcester, Massachusetts, promoted by Top Rank, Bob Arum, and Rick Valenti, Boston. Also in celebration of the 20th anniversary of the WBC. Tonight's boxing is under the supervision of the Massachusetts State Boxing Commission. Chairman Tommy Rawson, Jimmy McCarron, and Joe Tecci. Judges for the championship bout, Tony Perez, New York, and San Juan, Puerto Rico, and Marcella Bettini of Italy, and referee Carlos Padilla from Las Vegas and the Philippines. Timekeeper George D. Filippo, counting for the knockdowns, Jerry Albano. Attending physicians at the ringside, Dr. William Dorfman and Dr. A.P. Blumenthal.
So there you have the incidentals. If confidence wins fights, Tony Simpson should be a deadlock cinch. He's the most confident fighter and as loose, Ray, as any challenger I've ever seen. I saw him in a hotel lobby at 3 o'clock today. He was chatting with people, just very loose.
Well, that attitude, it helps you, but you need some artillery too.
Instructions now from Carlos Padilla.
Okay, you're going to box for 15 rounds. You know the rules of boxing. Avoid using any kinds of power. Don't throw any punches during the break. Okay, seconds come out fighting. Seconds come out fighting.
Marvin Hagler, of course, does not shake hands before a fight. It is not any kind of a hostility. It is just merely the way he does business. There are some similarities between these two, incidentally, oddly enough. They're both from medium-sized towns. Hagler from Brockton by way of Newark. Simpson from Leicester, England. Both were hod carriers in the early days. Both turned pro at the earliest age that they possibly could. They both raise animals. Hagler raises pigeons. Simpson raises dogs. They both beat Alan Minter handily. Both were southpaws, and of course Hagler still is, although he can go both ways. First round. Quick jab by Hagler.
You will see a great deal of boxing skill from Marvin, up until he's able to hurt Simpson, and then he'll get very mean and start taking advantage of it.
Hagler very sharp early on here. Marvin Hagler not one to waste a lot of punches. Hagler very much up-tempo early in the round.
What's going to be a factor in this fight, Barry, is the fact that Marvin Hagler has a very good right jab, very powerful. It sets his man up so well.
Two good shots from Hagler snapped the head of Tony Simpson back there. Simpson, tough customer. Simpson beat Dwight Davidson by getting inside and keeping his head on Davidson's chest. However, Davidson is 6'1". Marvin Hagler, considerably shorter. It'll be much more difficult for Tony Simpson to fight the fight against Marvin Hagler that he fought against Dwight Davidson, the #1 contender at the time.
You notice that combination thrown by Marvin Hagler. Double right jab and come with the left, straight left hand. Those are the type of combinations that's going to do a great deal of damage to Tony Simpson. The mistake that Simpson is making is, in fact, he's actually following Hagler. He needs to cut the ring off. Give a little more head feints, body feints. You can't walk straight into Hagler. If so, he'll nail you every time with those straight left hands.
Marvin Hagler scores with an inordinate number of punches. He just does not waste a lot of punches. And the left hand by Simpson is first of the night.
Simpson's waiting for an opportunity to get inside because he's more effective inside, throwing those big shots to the body and to the head. And Hagler's not going to cooperate with him. Going to keep him on the outside of that right jab.
That's a good right-hand lead by Marvin Hagler. Hagler will go from southpaw to righty. He's not done yet tonight, but he will do it at some point. Simpson has fought 15 southpaws, so this is nothing new to him.
You see there, Simpson went to the body. Inside, once again, he's very, very strong.
Tony Simpson content to fight at long range in the first round, and that is a different tactic for him.
Another good thing, if Simpson can maintain this pace, this is a very fast pace for any fighter. And if he can maintain this and score some punches, you might see a change.
Well, Mickey Duff, the British promoter, has said in no uncertain terms that Tony Simpson is the best one-punch middleweight that he's ever seen.
All right, let's listen in Marvin Hagler's corner. They couldn't have asked for a better round. What Hagler established in that round was that Simpson is going to have to pay a price to get close to him. The question is whether that price will be too heavy as the fight goes on.
Right in the middle. Just enough distance, too. You're moving just right. Right? Good job.
Let's take a look at the combination punching of Hagler. The right lands, the left is a little bit high, but he comes right back with another right. He's making Simpson respect him at this point in the fight. But Simpson came out all right. Let's see how he does in this round.
Very much of an up-tempo first round, and we'll see if that pace continues here in round two. Hagler was sharp, and Simpson took it all. Simpson not likely to cut. He's only been cut once, and that was just a minor cut over the bridge of his nose. Never been cut around the eyes.
For Hagler, again, that jab is going to be a factor in this fight. Keeping Simpson outside in the center of the ring. Against the ropes, then you're giving Simpson a chance.
Simpson trying to get inside a little bit more early in the second round. Hagler still very sharp.
You notice what Hagler's doing. He's going to the body, he fakes and comes back to the head. In other words, he's changing his punches up. Confuses the fight. He's not doing the same thing over.
There was an uppercut lead. That hurt Simpson. And it wasn't only the uppercut. Hagler came back with two punches behind it. Always throws punches in combinations when he thinks his man might be hurt. Simpson with a good uppercut.
You see Simpson now is giving more body feints.
Hagler lunging just a little bit off balance that time.
Simpson, I noticed he has very good movement, very good balance. In fact, when Hagler comes in, he backs away. But one thing, keep in mind, Simpson maintains his balance and comes back. Another punch you might see Hagler throw is that upward right jab. It comes from the waist.
That punch caught the shoulder of Simpson going away. The crowd will give you an indication, because it is so supportive of Marvin Hagler, that perhaps some punches are a little bit more than they really are.
With a fight like Simpson, you have to be able to box and punch, because it's very difficult to just walk in there and start punching, exchanging blows.
Well, the British press kept saying during the course of this week that you will see a different Tony Simpson. He won't fight the type of fight that he did against Dwight Davison and against some of the others who he felt he could come at.
Let's go into Simpson's corner now.
Come on, give me the water.
You're in distance now. You've got to back him up. You understand?
This side, Tony.
Excellent.
Draw me fucking fight.
Let's take a look at Hagler here as he lands a good right hand. Straight left followed by the right hand. Putting his punches together, following up on what he does. That's the sign of a good fighter. We're really seeing the versatility of Marvin Hagler here. His ability to box is vastly underrated. One thing that Simpson is doing too much is assuming that British attitude of having his head too straight and too high on too many occasions.
There is a little bit of puffiness on the face of Tony Simpson. It's nothing in the least bit serious at this juncture, the third round. Hagler more and more looks the part of the consummate professional.
It's very difficult to fight a southpaw because of unorthodox style. The key to it is keeping your left foot outside of his right foot. And Simpson's doing a pretty good job of that. While he's inside, he gets off balance, and the southpaw is able to connect.
Simpson's corner, you might have heard, exhorting him to back him up, back him up. Also notice that Tony Simpson has a tendency in his corner to listen to Mickey Duff, who's an advisor, perhaps even more than the man in the ring.
Simpson's really rough inside, bro. He gets inside and he tries to outmuscle his opponent. But you know, it's Hagler. He doesn't want to exchange. He'll tie his man up, back away, and start boxing again.
Saw a little bit of a butt there, but there was no damage caused by that butt. Carlos Padilla saying, watch your heads.
That's that right jab I was talking about, bro. It comes up. It's very effective. He tried again, but Simpson was ready for it.
Still a very quick tempo to this fight.
Hold it. Bring it up. Okay, hold it. Bring it up.
Simpson chasing. And getting inside, scoring with a good left hand. It came behind an uppercut.
Hagler's fighting a perfect fight. I mean, he's outboxing Simpson. And Simpson, again, he's fighting a perfect fight also. He's doing the correct thing. Getting inside, working. And trying to slow Hagler down. Slow down that movement.
With 3 punches that all scored right on the face of Tony Simpson.
Okay, bring it up.
End of the third round. Once more, Marvin Hagler seemingly in control, but Tony Simpson is right there. He hasn't gone anywhere. We don't want to remind you, of course, that World Championship Boxing here on HBO continues live Friday, March 18th. This should be a great one. Ray Leonard, Larry Merchant, and myself will be ringside when undefeated WBA champion Michael Spinks battles it out with WBC champion Dwight Braxton. It's the light heavyweight unification fight. You will not want to miss it. It's live on HBO right here, Friday, March 18th.
Working real nice. Speed looks nice, man. Hands up light. Keep this nice and light.
Okay.
What do you want?
Good.
Oh, you're looking good, man. You got good speed. You're controlling the fight. Doing good. Okay. You're confusing the hell out of him. All right? Get that jab working. Think. Okay, man. 10 steps in, pop. Sit on your right side, man.
This the 4th round. We heard Marvin Hagler's corner say essentially, in fact specifically, just do what you're doing. You got him confused. Do you agree with that?
Well, I think he's keeping Simpson off balance in a sense, but not really confused. The movement that Hagler has, and also by being a southpaw, it creates a few problems for Simpson.
Good right hand and another left hand by Hagler, but Simpson keeps coming. Wild left hand by Tony Simpson.
Well, Simpson proved he can take a punch. I mean, Hagler's been landing some big bombs on his chin. I think what Hagler should try to do now is see how the body is. Go downstairs a couple times.
A little bit of blood from the nose of Tony Simpson. Hagler always seems to fight a thinking man's fight. This is no exception. Short right hand.
Well, you notice now, Hagler's fighting orthodox. He's fighting the correct way. Nice back to southpaw.
The cut of Tony Simpson seems to be alongside the nose, not from the nose. Alongside the left side of his nose. Hagler works on it, too. There's that jab you were talking about.
That right jab of Hagler is very, very powerful. And once again, Hagler's back to orthodox. And all of a sudden, he'll change back to southpaw. Now, that's confusing, especially if you're good at it. Hagler is good at it.
Hagler, good short right hand. Right here, you have the feeling that Marvin Hagler feels he has this fight won.
Well, not really. If I'm in a fight like this, and rough guy, I'm hitting with the best shots, I'm very confident I will win, but you got to stay on your toes. This is a thinking man game.
Still blood from the nose of Tony Simpson.
That was a good body shot by Tony Simpson. He went to the head with the left hook and came back with a good left hook to the body.
That's the end of the fourth round. Another confidence builder for Marvin Hagler, not so much that he needs it.
Let's see if we can find any winning formulas out of the Simpson corner.
Give it a scene.
Come in behind there.
All right.
There's no cut on Simpson. It's bleeding from his nose.
All right, you got that?
You guys look.
Just give me a drink, all right? Here's the bucket. Give me a... It's on this side.
Pull his protector down, it's up to his chest.
Simpson's corner is complaining about the high body piece and cup that Hagler is wearing. Let's take a look at the right. You saw a right hand that's coming in there and bloodying Simpson's nose right there. That good right jab of Hagler, one of the best right jabs you've ever seen from the southpaw.
Hagler comes right out, weighing with the right hand, missed with it. Simpson so far, no reason to hang his head, takes a good left hand.
Again, that's not the same right jab I was talking about earlier that Hagler has. Good left hook by Tony Simpson just now.
Simpson right on top of Hagler for the moment, but doing no visible damage. And takes a good straight right hand that time from Hagler. And again, blood to the nose, two more right hands.
What's happening? Hagler's throwing his punches in a combination. Simpson's relying on pretty much one punch, and that's the mistake he's making. Inside, Hagler puts his punches together, and Simpson, he works either the left hand or the right hand. He needs to put both hands together.
And again, Hagler dusts him with that right hand. A little short on that left hook by Simpson.
What Simpson could do also, Barry, throw a couple lead-off right hands. That's a good punch on the southpaw, against the southpaw rather. Well, he just threw one just now.
blocking right-hand jab by Marvin Hagler.
Hold it, no hold it. Bring it up, bring it up.
Jab by Simpson. Left hand lead that time by Hagler. Goes to right-handed again. Now back to left hand. What a jab. Brilliant jab by Marvin Hagler. And Simpson gets inside and starts banging away with the champion. Simpson now cut alongside the eye. And that one is pretty nasty.
Now you'll see Marvin Hagler work on him. With that same right jab.
Above the left eye of Tony Simpson. That one could be very troublesome.
Well, you see now Simpson's really become even more aggressive because there's a sign of desperation in his eyes. Fearing that the fight will be stopped on the cut.
That cut is a nasty one. We'll try to get a good look at it between rounds and see if it's above the eye or alongside the eye. If it's above the eye, obviously it is much more dangerous.
That was a good combination by Simpson there.
Well, Simpson had reportedly never been cut in a fight before. Marvin Hagler cuts practically every fighter that he goes against. There you see that damaging right jab. Two strong right jabs. Jabs that just snap Simpson's head back. A third one. Here you're going to get a view of the distance and how Hagler measures his man, steps in and plants his lead foot with his right jab right behind it. You're seeing a masterful exhibition, really, of hitting the other guy and not letting the other guy hit you.
Really is a boxing lesson.
The cut looks to be alongside the left eye. It doesn't look at this moment to threaten the end of the fight.
The eye is very swollen in addition to being cut. Almost certainly will close before too long. Marvin Hagler goes right for it. What a boxing exhibition you're seeing from the champion tonight. Hagler, to me, Ray, just seems to be getting better with every fight.
Oh, yes, he's more experienced, and, I mean, he is a great generalship. He has all of that. He knows the ring. He knows how to use it. He knows how to use his hands, the body, the head. He's an all-around fighter.
It's only now that he's really starting to be recognized for being the fighter that he is. As a matter of fact, back in 1973, Joe Frazier said to him, you got 3 strikes against you. You're a southpaw, you're black, and you're good. And there is a booming left hand behind a right hand by Marvin Hagler. Well, those 3 strikes seem to be turned into a home run right now.
Well, those 3 strikes have become motivating factors for Hagler because, again, he's a very proud champion, and to try to take his title away from him is like trying to take a little puppy from a dog.
Another good jolting left hand, and now there is blood apparently from the bridge of the nose right up alongside that left eye.
The left eye of Simpson started giving him a lot of trouble because the blood now is starting to soak into his eyes and blur his vision.
Carlos Padilla takes a good look at that. There is a cut along, seems to be right at the bridge of the nose, and combinations of punches by Hagler. Simpson fights back. Hagler tags him with a right, and another right behind an uppercut. Hagler right back on his man now, sensing that he has him hurt. And down goes Tony Simpson.
His cup flipped and
his protector is loose.
And Carlos Padilla should step in here and try to fix the equipment. Simpson right on Marvin Hagler once again. Still plenty of time left in this round. Hagler trying to finish it off right here. A jolting right hand, a looping right hand by Hagler. And another. Simpson stands toe-to-toe. He's down, and this should be it. Padilla sends him to the neutral corner. Simpson is on his feet. And that's all. That is all. To say that Marvin Hagler was impressive would be to make a great understatement.
It would be an understatement. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, so much of boxing techniques that I'm quite sure those that the opponents that are looking at him now are a bit intimidated.
Tony Simpson was dead game, no question about that. Did everything he could.
Well, Tony Simpson deserves a lot of credit. I mean, he fought like the heart of a lion, but it was just too little for Hagler. Hagler just had too much artillery for him.
2 minutes and 40 seconds of the 6th round. Not yet official, but it's really a moot point at this juncture. Marvin Hagler on the arms of the Petronelli brothers. And here's another look at it, Ray. This is the first knockdown.
Well, Hagler here, he's on the attack, and Simpson still a little dazed from that early barrage of punches. And fatigue and the attack, the accumulation of punches that he received from Marvin Hagler.
And that put Tony Simpson on the seat of his pants. Here's a shot from great camera angle up above, and it just gives you a good idea of just how on balance Marvin Hagler is.
Well, here you can appreciate the punching power of Marvin Hagler as he attempts, he connects with that left hook to the top of the head of Tony Simpson.
And you saw him get that left foot back before he threw the punch just to get the leverage into it.
Very good balance. Hagler keeps his balance and always very good leverage behind his punches.
So Marvin Hagler retains his championship, and I think it's safe to say we've done 4 or 5 of Marvin Hagler's fights here on HBO, and I think it's a fair statement to make that Tony Simpson might have been the toughest customer in there with Marvin Hagler.
And see, that's the reason why guys, boxing careers knock the opponents that Hagler fight. Hagler defeats everyone, all the top contenders, and these guys deserve shots.
Let's take a look now at the second and what turned out to be the last knockdown. And again, it was an accumulation of punches, Ray.
Well, Hagler wore down Simpson with a barrage of punches to the body, to the head. That overhand right there dazed Simpson. You see him, he's just there, a stationary target. Hagler takes advantage of it, and Simpson goes down once again.
You know, I'm just continually amazed as we look at that angle from up top.
Look at the leverage, the right hand to the top, the back of the head.
Started to say I'm continually amazed at how few punches Marvin Hagler misses.
Well, he doubled up on the right hand, Barry. He was coming back with a third right hand. Simpson was already down. Once again, that overhand right land. Simpson knees buckle. He's ready to go at any time, and Hagler takes advantage of it.
A little bit of chaos going on in the ring as a well-wisher gets a little bit over-exuberant. Hagler, meanwhile, remaining very calm, unmarked, gets a hug. He is just all business. He never underestimates an opponent. Takes things very seriously, says, and I think it's safe to say he's right, that he's a much better fighter since he's become the champion of the world. He showed it once again tonight. You just can't take anything away from Marvin Hagler.
You can't. All you can do is appreciate and give this man more credit than they have been giving him, because he's displaying not only sportsmanship, because he walked over and shook the hand of the beaten fighter, and he also displayed his talent.
Well, fighting before the hometown fans once again, it is a fight that, as we mentioned, was sold out within 24 hours of the announcement that the fight would be here. Right now, the champion, Marvin Hagler, is with Larry Merchant. Larry, you got it.